We're back at the studios with the Lighthouse podcast alongside my good friend, co-host Alex Camargo. Today we're going to do it. Actually, I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to do. Before I do that, make sure you share this content with somebody. Make sure you like the like button there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Today we're going to do an Agen introduction. We have here the man that needs no introduction, actually, Mr. Tristan Moretti.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Welcome to the show.
What's going on, brother?
Finally, I made it here.
Hey.
I got to see the film studio. I'm glad to be here, guys.
Yes, we're
Awesome.
so happy
to
have you here today. You know, one of the reasons why we do this, Tristan, is to let our audience and clients and yours as well, let the people know who we are working with, we are surrounding ourselves with. I actually did a post the other day and I talked about this. You are a reflection of who you surround yourself with. The 5 people who you surround yourself with, you're a reflection of that. So you can pretty much shape your future by choosing that wisely. And I'm just happy to have you. We've known each other for about 10 years now.
Actually,
right?
I think more. Yeah.
More than 10 years. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm just happy to have you because since like back in the days, I used to tell us like one day, maybe you can come into real estate. I was getting started in real estate. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And here you are today. So without further ado, let's dive right into this introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Tristan Moretti?
So Tristan Moretti is a hodgepodge of investment. I am an investor not only in equities and stocks, I'm an investor in cryptocurrency, but most importantly, I'm an investor in people. And so I find myself surrounded by all sorts of opportunities at all times and choosing the best direct course to making my life and the people around me's life better. And the way that I decided to do that was real estate. I found that real estate was the all-encompassing, this is how I can make the most money while also helping out the most amount of people, while also not sitting behind a desk 40 hours a week, 9 to 5 for the rest of the time.
Tristan Moretti, ladies and gentlemen.
Round of applause. Give us a round
Thanks
of
for
applause
coming.
on that
Thanks for coming to this TED Talk. But that's a good point. It's a good point that you make. You're a connector, right? Mm-hmm. I often say that real estate agents are the glue that will keep deals together because, you know, we're stretching to the attorneys on one side, to the other agent on the other side, inspectors and all of that. Like you're the center of all of that.
We're just holding.
Yeah.
Just grabbing.
Being pulled.
Yeah.
More than holding. But I'm happy that that's who you are as a person, right? Because it matters more in this career. It matters more in this industry that you're a giver more than you are a receiver. Because at the end of the day, the upside here is limitless. You can make as much money as you want in real estate, right? Depending on how much you want to give to it. Because, you know, you can choose to work 100 hours a week, but what else are you sacrificing in life, right? So You got to find your balance. But within that balance, you can try to maximize your time and efforts and make, you know, endless amounts of money, right? But how you get there is by doing exactly what you just said, by connecting with people, right? By being able to have to be a good person on the inside and then let that come out and find the counterpart in all the people that you work with, right? So that's a good point.
Society as a whole would not be as far as we are if we did not at least lean on each other sometimes. And when I say I invest in people, I mean that I'm no better than anybody else that I've interacted with. And so for me to help build these people, for me to help get them into a house they can afford or a rental or, okay, let's go get your first investment property. For me to help bring these people along life, that is also my stepping stones, going further into my life, further into my career. And then they can lean on me, I can lean on them. And you never know what kind of opportunity will come from that. Yeah. And so that's a huge reason why I do that. I'm definitely more of a giver than a taker. And that's just how a lot of people need to look at real estate, because a lot of people see real estate as a very take. And there's no one at this table that takes more than they give, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. So our next question, you actually covered that a little bit already by serving others with real estate. But what made you pull the trigger? Because I felt, obviously knowing you for as long as I have, there were times where, I would make the call, hey man, are you ready, and everything like that. And there were points that
he was no, crypto's sky high right now. I'm not ready.
I mean, that's only kind of true.
Yeah. and I felt the resistance.
I can make more money than you're making a whole year here.
Exactly. and to even he called me up one day and he's like, I can't believe I did this. And I said, what did you do? He's like, he was about to take his test or something like that. And he went and got a job at a car dealership.
Yep.
Right. Remember that?
So
that lasted what, 2 days?
Yeah.
It lasted about 48 hours. Yeah. Well, that's something actually great that I could pivot off of. The reason that I chose real estate is, all right, frankly, I have 2 degrees. I have one in business marketing and I have one in psychology. Those degrees open up a lot of doors. And I thought about becoming a therapist. I thought about, just becoming a marketing agent and building up a brand, and then eventually going and being an individual, almost like freelance marketer, which I actually do kind of do that on the side. But everything always falls back to, when I see myself in 10 years, what time have I wasted? And I don't mean sitting down in a 9-to-5 job is a waste of time, and that type of lifestyle works for a lot of people.
What have I not maximized?
Right.
In a way.
But how can I maximize capital, and how can I maximize time with my loving girlfriend, time with my family? If I want to plan a road trip weekend, right, with certain jobs, you have to plan that 2 weeks, a month in advance. If I want to do that, hey, I just won't schedule any appointments that weekend. I'm just going to go.
Or you can ask us to show some properties.
Right. I could do that. But like I said, I give.
We won't, but you can ask.
No, so it really ultimately it came down to a flexible schedule. No one realistically, I mean, you guys could tell me what to do, but no one could really tell me what to do. And frankly, if you're good at it, you put the effort in, it can be very lucrative. And so all of that, my marketing expertise, a little bit of my psychology, right? I use that almost every day.
Yeah, you definitely.
With all of that combined, it's like, that's the answer. You're at a multiple choice test, therapist, real estate agent, marketing.
I feel if you got a degree in marketing and a degree in psychology, ultimately the dream job for you is a real estate agent.
And that's exactly it. All roads lead to, he's a real estate agent, right?
When they do assessments, I'm like, all right, this guy's got a marketing degree and a real estate and a psychology degree. He's going to be a real estate agent.
And he was a server for a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. And that's where we met each other, was food service. And my last job, right around the time of COVID, was food service. And that works, but sometimes food service can put you in a place where the money's just good enough that you don't want to leave.
It's money for today.
Right.
Yeah.
It's money for today, but not money for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as I got older, as I understood more, and remember when I first denied you for real estate way back when, that this guy's been trying to get me into real estate since I turned 18. which I should
Hey,
have.
you're legal now.
Yeah, I should have just held my arms open and fell back. Like I should have just let him take me. But I was saying like, no, I got to finish my degree. I can't, make the investment. I can't, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't. Why can't I?
Right.
How about what can I do to make that happen?
Right.
And it took me some years to figure that out. But what really pulled the trigger was that car dealership job. I had failed my real estate test, and I was getting defeated, and I was trying to figure out how to study, and the market wasn't doing too hot. And at the time, I was honestly living off of my investments, right? And so that's kind of difficult to do when the market is in free fall. And so I'm like, wow, I have to get something as a backup. Like I have to do something. And so I get this job at this car dealership, and I'm just absolutely miserable for 2 shifts. And I said to myself, I'm like, you know what? Let me not even hold these guys,
Expectations.
Like, listen, like could I stick this out for a month, 2 months? Sure. They're going to put endless resources into me for me to be like, listen, I'm out. So I was like, I appreciate the offer. And then as I left after saying that I'm no longer going to be part of your team, I went to my car, scheduled my real estate test, passed it the very next week. And now here I am.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So I have one extra question too. Usually we ask 3 questions in these agent intros. But you're a crypto guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's a lot of experience with that market that right now may not really commingle with real estate, but in the near future.
So I've actually been contacted by a few different groups of people. Will anything come out of them directly? Maybe, maybe not. But there are people that are currently working on turning real estate assets into non-fungible tokens, which is NFTs, or marketplaces, or hey, can I just buy your house with Bitcoin? And those opportunities are going to start coming way sooner than people think, because I'm approached by one startup company. I'm approached by another company that's got millions in the bank that's looking to do this, and even frankly, I think EXP is exploring that route. And I don't know how much we could talk about that, but that is the future of finance, whether we like it or not. And even me being in that world, I still have my like what ifs about it. Yeah. But the reality is the volatile crypto market it's scary to anyone that's looking to invest into it. But the reality is, if you look at its market cap and what it is, there's almost fundamentally no money in all of cryptocurrency compared to just like Apple or Microsoft, just one company. Yeah. And so when one person sells or buys, those prices go crazy. And that's why people don't touch it. But that's exactly why I touch it. Yeah. Because you can make quick money fast if you know where to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. What we have going for yourself. You got the crypto world, but the real estate was a little bit more tangible, mm-hmm. and I know you want to invest in there as well in the long run.
Everything
we've talked about that.
Yeah.
And Tristan, last but not least, what do you have to tell our audience, your clients, a message that you have regarding real estate, what's going on now and for the future?
What I've been telling all of my clients and potential clients is that the time to buy real estate, it was yesterday, but it's still today, and it will be tomorrow, especially in the state of Connecticut, where we are. The truth is, zooming out of every chart, zooming out of any figure, the best option for an investment is real estate, period. There's no other better investment. And that wasn't followed by a not financial advice tag. That is that is truth. There is no opinion to that. And so with today's market, how absolutely crazy it is, interest rates going sky high, the market going straight south, we're seeing a lull right now. And what I'm trying to get people to understand is that the difference between 2020 and 2008 and where we are now, right? Everyone's expecting us to have a 2008 drop in prices. And sure, maybe in certain states and certain areas that might happen, but Connecticut particularly, everyone that came into Connecticut bought up all the land at 1% to 2% interest rates, right? If I suddenly told you that your $1 million house is now worth $500,000, but your mortgage is still just a couple grand a month, are you suddenly, because of the market conditions, going to go, oh no, I need to sell my house at 500,000? I don't think we're going to see drastic price drops. You'll see, even from now, you'll still see some price drops. But what I think is actually going to happen is the people who bought are going to refuse to sell. And
they got that good interest rate, huh?
Right. They have that good interest rate. If you can afford your mortgage payment, right, why would you suddenly sell and then go rent for basically the same price at this point?
Right.
So I would tell my clients and future clients that you need to be looking even now, put interest rate in the back of your head, and go look at what you can afford, get in that, and then a year or two down the line, refi. Take that little bit of interest hit, because in 2-3 years, whatever you purchased, it's probably going to go up. That's the truth. And there's so many factors to that. But for a real quick synopsis, buy real estate today, buy it tomorrow, buy it yesterday, buy real estate.
Buy and hold.
Buy and hold. HODL.
That's just facts right there.
Yeah.
Like, if there is a way for you to drop that mic right now, drop that mic. Drop that mic.
No, these are expensive, bro.
You got anything else for Tristan?
No, this is it. I really appreciate you being here, and we really appreciate you being a part of our team and bringing so much knowledge in every one of the meetings that we have, or every opportunity that you're around. We always, at least for me, I always leave the room feeling like I learned something new, especially with the new crypto world and all the different ideas that you bring there, but also your knowledge of markets in general, right? Your ability to analyze a chart and figure out, okay, where this is going, based on current events, based on future expectations and all that. So I always feel like I learned something from you, and I admire that in people. These are the people that I want to be around. So thank you for that. Thank you for being a part of our team. We look forward to many transactions. We look forward to seeing your journey. We look forward to seeing your financial independence, regardless of the crypto investments, because that could go up or down so quickly, as you mentioned. But it's like crypto can come and go, but real estate is here forever type of thing. We're looking for that. We're looking for your financial independence.
I'm ready for that transition, right?
Yeah.
Time to realize.
Really appreciate you.
Yeah, 100% agree with everything that Alex said. You're definitely an asset for our group, for our team. We appreciate each and every day that you show up and teach us, and we have the pleasure to also teach you a few things that we know. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Tristan Moretti for you. Make sure you check him out. We're going to leave his information down here. He's got some great content in all of his platforms. You're on TikTok,
everything,
Instagram, Facebook, everything, right? And until next time, we'll see you next week with another Lighthouse podcast. See you then.